Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome to this Brand Scoop exclusive training called Essential Strategies to Make Your Brand More Attractive. Now, again, I mentioned that this is a Brand Scoop exclusive, and we're sharing it with you to give you a little bit of an inside scoop into what our magazine subscription entails. And so, if you want to unlock actionable branding insights, expert strategies, and real world success stories that empower you to build resilient, impactful, and unforgettable brands, I want you to head over to brandscoopmag.com to subscribe for our magazine. You don't want to miss out. So let's get right into it. Essential strategies to make your brand more attractive. Now, in a world where customers are constantly bombarded with choices, making your brand stand out is not just a luxury, but it's definitely a necessity in our day and in our time right now. Now, an attractive brand captivates, it engages, and it builds loyalty. But what exactly makes a brand truly irresistible? We're going to talk about that. And you'll find that it comes down to a combination of having clarity, personality, authenticity, and consistency, which we like to attribute as our attraction factors. Now, before we get into it, my name is Cynthia Akita, and I am your brand strategist for today. I am the woman who brands the life into businesses and etches it into the minds of buyers, lurkers, and everyone that falls in between that. I'm your brand strategist and your brand and web designer. I am an author, and I've had the privilege of doing this for about 15 years, helping entrepreneurs, business owners, and public figures build their brands. Now let's get into it. So, the attraction factors of building a strong brand. Now, when you build a strong and attractive brand, it includes a variety of factors and components. And at the base of it all, it's important that you have a strong brand core. Now, think about your core like in the same manner that you have a core on your body, your abdomen, your business also needs a core. Now, having a strong core on a human body means that you have good posture. It helps you balance yourself. It may prevent you from falling down or from being so clumsy. It has so many benefits. And it is literally the thing that keeps your business afloat, in the same way that it keeps your body afloat. Now, your brand core includes your purpose, your vision, and your values. And it is the basis for everything that you will do within your business. So, purpose, why does your brand exist? What mission is it meant to fulfill? Your vision, where do you see your brand going in the next 1 to 10 years? And in many instances, you even want to consider where you see it going within the next 6 months, right? And then you have your values. What guiding principles are you using to operate your business? Now, as I mentioned, there are a lot of factors that determine the attraction in building a strong brand. Now, a couple of those include one, clarity. Your audience will be just as confused as you if you're not clear on your path. And that's where having a strong brand core comes into play. Because if you don't know why you exist, what are you selling? Who are you selling it to? And all of those things, along with a vision, where are you going in your business? And then your values, what do you stand upon? You will lack that clarity. Clarity does not exist for you. I'm sorry. And so if you don't know those things, you don't know what your next step is going to be. You're literally walking blind within your business, and that's not a fun place to be. So, number one, you definitely want to have some clarity on what you're doing and where you're going, because if you don't have it, your audience for sure will not have it either. Number two, personality. Now, personality is just as crucial as knowing where you're going. Now, your brand should feel as though your audience is interacting with a human being. I know typically in over the years, we had this understanding that being or having a brand meant that you had to be professional in the sense that you had to be very straight, not laugh, like be very serious, and that's what people thought professionalism entailed. But as we're growing and as we're evolving, we're seeing that brands can and should have a personality because we're not robotic. We're not robots. We have emotions. We buy with our emotions and we relate with emotions. And so as you're working on your messaging, you want your brand to appeal in a manner that attracts the right people. In the same way that, people are drawn to you because you're funny or because you have a lot of sarcasm or dry humor, they will be attracted to your brand for those same reasons, depending on how you identify that personality. Then we have authenticity. Now, this helps you to foster trust, ensuring that your audience connects with your brand on a deeper level. You have to be authentic, but you cannot be authentic if you're not clear on who you are, what you do, and how you do it. And then if you're not clear on what your personality is and the way that you are portraying yourself to your audience and the rest of the world. So, authenticity is immensely important. Then we have consistency. So once you have the first three figured out, you want to make sure that you remain consistent on all of your platforms because that helps to build recognition, it boosts trust and reliability, keeping your audience engaged with your brand. Now, the five attraction factors that we've come up with are as follows. The first is visual branding. The second is messaging and storytelling. Then we have exclusivity and brand experience, brand culture, and then community involvement and participation. Now, let's break those down. We're starting with visual branding. So there is power in first impressions, aka visual branding. So your brand's visual identity is often the first thing that people notice. It's the first thing that people see. It's the first thing that people encounter. So you want to make it count. You do not want to waste that first impression because it determines whether someone chooses to move with you quickly or with resistance. And you definitely don't want that resistance. Now, having a strong logo, a cohesive color palette, and intentional typography set the tone for how customers perceive your brand. Having high quality images, a sleek design, and consistent aesthetic across your platforms help to create a polished and a professional look that attracts attention and builds trust. I remember seeing on social media a billboard where a man was missing his one of his two front teeth, and it was a dental ad where it was proving the point that we did not notice that the man was missing eyebrows because we were so focused on his teeth. Now, that is a great first impression, right? You capture their attention with something that they can relate to, and it also added a bit of personality with humor there. And so visual branding is important. That first impression makes a big deal in how your audience responds to your brand. Now, once you've made that first impression, you definitely want to speak their language through your messaging and your storytelling. Now, I don't have to tell you that words have power because they do. They have immense power and you need to use them wisely. So, your messaging should be clear, it should be engaging, and it should be emotionally resonant. Every brand has a story to tell, and when told authentically, it becomes a powerful tool for connection. Whether through your website, your social media, or your marketing materials, crafting a compelling narrative helps customers to see themselves in your brand and it builds lasting loyalty. I mean, think of branding as building a relationship because that's literally what it is. And when you're building a relationship with someone, I can almost guarantee that the moment that they share a story that you can relate to, it changes your entire perspective about who that person is simply because you know something about what they've endured and what they've been through, and you've found a way to resonate with whatever it is that they shared, whether you endured something similar, whether you know someone who has. Sharing your story brings people closer to you. And the same applies with your brand because, again, those words have power and you have the opportunity to speak their language. Make them feel special with exclusivity and brand experience. Now, People love feeling like they're part of something special. Exclusive offers, VIP memberships, and personalized experiences make customers feel valued and create a deeper sense of brand loyalty. So I want you to go beyond selling a product. Craft an experience that immerses your customers in your brand's world, making every single interaction a memorable one. Now, this is one that requires a lot of effort. I'm not even going to lie to you, but it is totally worth it because the moment that you're able to bring someone over to your side, you have won them for life. And that is an invaluable investment that you have just made into your audience and into that individual person. And so give them an opportunity to feel like they are a part of the in crowd, that they know something that the rest of the world doesn't know. Communicate with them, bring them in, and offer them something that, other people won't get the opportunity to have just because they're not a part of your audience. And then go ahead and go that extra step. Every point of contact that they have with you should be something that is special, something that they remember because you've taken the time to personalize it and make it a standout moment. And so, again, make your audience feel special through exclusivity and a wonderful, wonderful brand experience. And then brand culture, sorry. Brand culture. So, a strong brand culture isn't just about what you sell, it's about what you stand for. And so, your customers are drawn to brands that align with their values and make a positive impact. And it's actually a fact that people are more likely to support a brand that actually has a cause or a mission attached to it. And so, you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. You don't want to miss on it at all because it'll give you an opportunity to relate to people on a much deeper level than just what you sell and all of those things. And so with brand culture, it goes further than just your business. It's more than just business. It's about how you impact society and impact your community. And then you want to go ahead and focus on community involvement and participation by building that loyal following. So, an engaged community is a powerful, powerful asset. So, I want to ask you, are you actively involving your audience in conversations? Are you encouraging user generated content? Are you creating spaces where customers feel heard? Their voices matter. It's not just about your voice and what you want to do. At the end of the day, they are the ones patronizing your business. They are the ones who are fostering community within your brand, and you want to keep them in the loop. It also helps them to feel special. It helps them to feel like they have a voice in a place where they're uh, giving their dollars. And so brands that foster participation, whether through social media engagement, loyalty programs, or interactive events, end up turning their casual buyers into devoted brand advocates. And that is not something that you want to miss out on. Now, by optimizing all of these areas, your brand can actually become a magnet for loyal customers who not only love your products or your services, but they will also feel deeply connected to your brand's mission and the experience that you have provided them with. So, as you're building your brand and as you're building your brand for attraction, I want you to focus on small tweaks that have huge, huge impact. So, a full rebrand is not necessary to make your brand more attractive. Let's be honest about that. I want you to consider the 5 points that I shared, and I want you to work on them in order to move the needle. Now, when your brand is attractive, it naturally draws customers in and it keeps them coming back for more. So, by focusing on these essential strategies, you'll transform your brand into something that people can't help but love. And with that said, I want you to check out our brand new resource called the Brand Attraction Toolkit. Now, this toolkit is available on our shop by visiting thedesignpharmacy.com. And if you are a paid Brand Scoop subscriber, you will have access to the coupon code for this toolkit under this specific article. So, again, those 5 attraction factors are visual branding, messaging and storytelling, exclusivity and brand experience, brand culture, and community involvement and participation. And this toolkit will go through each of those factors and give you a checklist of areas that you want to um, give a double take to within your brand. And I would love for you to let me know what you think about it. So feel free to drop a comment under this video or shoot us a message in our chat. And I'll talk to you guys pretty soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.